Now, today, I'd like to share with you that this president has bought over 1,000 machines, 1,000 engines to build the road in the country. Why is Africa backward? Is it because Africa is incapable of building? Is it because Africa is poor? I know a lot of people have a very poor idea of Africa, especially when they show you on TV that little kid with a big stomach, shirtless, with flies flying around his face. Massive stomach. Where did they get the child from? I don't know. That's the image most Americans have of Africa. Poor continent, disease-ridden, HIV, tuberculosis, malaria. This is the image Africa reflects, or people reflect of Africa out there. No water. People have to go all the way to the river to get water. Put it on the head. You need to have the water not filtered. It has to be boiled because the water is dirty. People pick up water from rivers. They eat 3 times a week. Find a way to, sometimes if they have to eat every day, in a family of 6, 3 people eat on Monday, other 3 eat on Tuesday, the same first 3 eat on Wednesday. This is how they change. That's the image Africa people have of Africa. I remember going to the United States of America the very first time, and somebody saw me, African American brother. I was looking good. I was clean and stuff, smelling good and all that stuff, He goes, "Are you from Africa, yo? Brother, are you from Africa?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm from Africa." "Wow, you look like you're from New York." "Oh my God, those are Timberland?" I'm like, "Yes, brother, those are just boots." "No, the Timberland, you got some Timberland right there." Like, oh my God. And a few minutes later, I was talking to the brother. I showed him a video. It was family members of mine, talking and chatting around the pool. It was one of my nephew that just started walking. He was walking next to the pool. And this African American brother came like, "Wow, is this Africa?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Are there swimming pools in Africa, yo?" I'm like, "Yes, brother." "Oh my God, I'm shocked. Y'all got swimming pools?" I'm like, "Yes, brother. We have swimming pools." I know sometimes we gotta travel on giraffes, but giraffes are dangerous, but they're much better than hippos. You don't jump on hippos' back. You can do giraffes. Sometimes hyenas, but you gotta make sure you touch a cat first before you go next to hyenas. Because if you go next to a hyena after touching a dog, she's gonna eat you raw. Make sure you touch the cat before you touch the hyena. The giraffe on Tuesday, Thursday, they're cool, but on Wednesday, they're bad. I was like, yeah. So there's a very negative image of Africa, and when people come to Africa, they're shocked to see the reality. And is this because Africa's poor, or is this because the people of Africa, the leaders, are mentally poor? Their goal is to enrich themselves and make their families rich. It's very sad to see African countries have everything: gold, diamond, uranium, cobalt, lithium, you name it. We got everything. Even the atomic bomb needs things from Africa. Yes, the atomic bomb in Hiroshima or Nagasaki was mined in Chinkolobwe. Chinkolobwe is the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is where they got the uranium that bombarded Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They pull it from the Congo. Well, uranium is not just for atomic bomb. Uranium, you can use it to make electricity, a lot of electricity. France gets uranium from Niger. Used to. They don't get anymore. Not the way they did. They used to get uranium from Niger, and they would make a lot of electricity for themselves. They made so much electricity, they started selling electricity to other European countries. Imagine. In the meantime, people of Niger slept in the dark. That's Africa for you. Imagine a leader of that sort. You have a country with a good name, uranium. You sell to the French. French make so much uranium, they create electricity. They make so much electricity, they sell to other countries. In the meantime, your own people are sleeping in the dark. What kind of a father are you? You don't deserve that, do you? Well, thanks to God or to the ancestors, Niger now has got new leadership. It's not the same people anymore. So Africa's got everything. The sad part is Africa doesn't have people with good art and good brains. You don't need the needs and wonderful brain. You just need good art. That's why we're talking about today Ibrahim Traoré. This man right here. President of Burkina Faso. 37 years old. Let me repeat that. 37 years old. Some people say you need to be old to be wise. Mostly in African communities and black communities, I think in general. We have this random respect we give to people that are old with gray hair and gray beard. I don't know why we do that. You may find somebody very stupid at 67 years old and a very smart, very wise man at 24. Let me repeat myself. You may find somebody 67 years old, absolute stupid, idiot, and a very brave and wise man at 24 years old. Ibrahim Traoré is 37 years old and he's done a tremendous work up until now. He's been in power for the past 2 years and a half. Amazing work. Amazing work. From building hospitals, building roads, building companies that make tomatoes. You know, Burkina Faso is a massive producer of tomato. And before Ibrahim Traoré, they used to send tomato to France, raw tomato. And France will process the tomato, put it into boxes, okay, into tins, then send them back to Africa and sell it to Africans. Your own tomato has to go to France to be processed, put into tins and cans and sent back to you for you to buy at a very high price. He said, stop. Stop, we don't need that. Look, this man doesn't have a doctorate. You know, you may think you need a doctorate degree to do great things. No, he doesn't have none of that. He's a captain of the army. What's the most can he have? Like, beside learning about weapons and armament, he doesn't have an extra brain. But the man has come into power. He has created tomato plants, multiple of them. So Burkina Faso does not have to send tomato anywhere else. And by doing that, he has created jobs and employment for the locals. People don't have to beg anymore. Number two, people are going to buy tomato made in Burkina Faso for Burkina Faso. Number three, because tomatoes are processed in the country, the price are going to go down. Number four, he has created opportunities and money power for the people. This is the man. Is Africa really poor? Now, today, I'd like to share with you that this president has bought over 1,000 machines, okay, 1,000 engines to build the road in the country.
In the West or elsewhere, in small countries that lack resources, they have paved departmental roads. There's no reason why in Burkina Faso we can't pave a road, especially since we have all the resources on site. That's why we decided to create this initiative to move quickly to be able to build our roads, our highways too, and to connect our different cities. Because in what we're currently experiencing, the soldiers, the combatants on the ground, need roads more than ever. You can ask them, their priority right now is roads.
Congratulations. Okay. As opposed to many African countries. I mean, if you've traveled to Africa, you'll know. In many African countries, as soon as you have a brand new president, the first thing they want to do is become rich. Okay. They get money in the name of the nation. They build houses for their first wife, second wife, third wife. You never heard about, you will never hear about those wives, but they exist. First, second, third, whatever. Then they make sure cousins are fine, brothers have jobs, they make sure their brothers have minds, okay, the personal, private minds. They don't think about the people. They don't give a continental about you. So it's like once they become president, they just care about themselves and the people that help them get in power. They don't give a continental about you. Now, Burkina Faso president has come. First thing he did was chase the French. Why? Because the French were being a problem in the country. How did the French get there? The French came there during colonialism because Burkina Faso, like all these other countries, were colonized by the French. And when French came, by the time it was time to liberate the country in the 1960s, they said, we are going back to France. However, we want you to sign a piece of paper that says our influence in your country will not change, even though you're getting independence. Well, you're either going to sign the paper or there's no independence for you. That's how it was. After independence equal before independence. That was the idea. They signed. All of these countries, they signed. Number first thing that they did was what? The currency was going to be printed in France. So all of these countries, as you can see, French-speaking countries, use the CFA franc. And the CFA franc, up until today, is printed in France. Now, you tell me you are a free country when your money has to be printed by the colonizer. And Burkina Faso, now with Niger and Mali, are working hard to find a way to get their own currency. They're currently working on it. Now, Burkina Faso kicked out the French because French were there. They were supposedly there also to fight terrorism. Now, some people accuse the French saying that French are sponsoring terrorist group. They're giving them weapons. They're giving them ammunition. They're giving them intelligence to create mayhem. So they can come and say, listen, we see you struggling with terrorists here. We can help you beat them. And in many cases, they've allowed them to do that. However, when they came into the country, they stayed for decades not being able to beat the terrorists. I mean, why would you have somebody in your house who's supposedly there to help you fight a stranger or fight a terrorist, but after 10 years, the terrorist is getting stronger, is getting more meticulous, is getting bigger weapons, is getting bigger drones. What's happening here? It's like you go to a doctor, right? Because you have a cough. You cough. The doctor says, take this. This should be helping you. You take whatever you ask, the cough doesn't stop. You go to the doctor again and say, take this. You take it for a week. It doesn't stop. Do you still go back to the same doctor? No, you wouldn't. You need to find an alternative because your cough is becoming bronchitis and later on it's going to be tuberculosis. So before it gets worse, you need to find a solution. That's exactly what Burkina Faso did. They left the French, they kicked them out the country, then now they're very good friend with Russia. And I'm not a supporter of saying leave one colonizer for another. With Russia, things are clear. We're not staying here forever. We're not here. It's from this date to this date. The contract is clear. With the French, they were asking them to pay millions of euros every single day for security. Why would you need somebody else to come and do security in your house? Burkina Faso is working on roads. They're building roads. When Ibrahim Traoré came into power, FME and World Bank refused to give them money. Now, FME and World Bank are these entities here. They give money to poor countries in Africa, especially with the goal of helping them grow. However, when they give you money, they also tell you how you're going to manage the money, who you're going to invite, who's going to come and build. They give you money for what? They give you money for infrastructure. Let's say you want to build schools or hospitals. They may give you money, but they will tell you which company you must use, which engineer you must hire, or who must supervise. So they give you the money small like children, but they expect you to pay a big bunch of it with a lot of interest. President of 37 years old told these people we're not going to use them anymore. What we're going to do is we're all going to put some of our salary, a percentage in a basket. This percentage from each one of you will be the contribution of the money we need to go fight terrorism. That's how you're going to buy weapons. That's what they've done. It's from the money from the people of Burkina Faso is being able to build these transforming plants for tomatoes and all that stuff. It's from the money from the people he's been able to buy tractors, to buy cars for agriculture. It's from the money from the people and his money that they've been able to construct and build hospitals, schools. It's from the money from the people he's been able to bring in the weapons and the drones and all the stuff that they need from Ethiopia, from Russia to combat terrorism. Today, I just wanted to see who this person for who he is. 37 years old. He's not old. He's young. You don't think he sees women? You don't think he wants to have a big, nice car, a Porsche Cayenne, GGSTX? You don't think he... Is Africa really poor? Or are the people in Africa poor? Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.